my name is Nelson. I'm from Schneider Electric, and we are here to discuss a bit more about our digital catalog. At Schneider, we are present in buildings, home, data centers, infrastructure, industries. We provide a lot of different products, different services, software download, and when you have this complexity, you need to know how to present our products properly to ensure that we are generating the proper user experience. We have hundreds of thousands of products, and to be sure that we are showcasing these products properly, we need to build a system to be on top of our PIM. It's a product experience management system, and that's the system that we want to showcase here. When you have this complexity, we need to ensure that we have a solution on top that could simplify the life of our customers. So, as I was saying, my name is Nelson. I am a customer experience platform owner at Schneider Electric, and I'm co-hosting this with Nico.
Yeah, hello to everyone. I'm Nico. Sorry for standing between you and your lunch break, so thanks for investing time in our conversations. Yeah, so I'm Global Head of Solution Engineering, so I'm leading the whole engagement processes for our manufacturing customers, such as Schneider Electric. Yeah, and then let's kick it off.
Good. So let's explore a bit more the mission of this collaboration that we had with Spryker. We had a system that we built 6 years ago to basically showcase the products, and we need to re-platform this system, which means we need to modernize and to ensure that we are building the solution in a scalable and let's say, flexible way. That's why this collaboration, let's say, started. But let's give you an overview about the collaboration itself, so it's more clear about what we are doing and how we reach Spryker. So what we are doing, basically, it's a replacement of our previous system. It was a digital catalog, only focused on offer experience. The goal was to not cause any impact to our customers, so the intention was to rebuild our back office, detach this back office from the front-end application, and for the customer, if they access sc.com, apc.com, they will continue to see the products, the categories, and so on, without any impact. That was the mission, that was the goal. Re-platform the solution without disrupt anything for the customers. It was a back-end migration, so we need to detach the back-end from the front-end application, and that's how we ensured that we were not breaking anything for the customers. And before we explore why we were doing that and how we approach Spryker, when we were doing the RFP for this project, we were discussing about our use case, our business rules, and what we had to build. And we were discussing internally, okay, what do we need here? Do we need a PIM? Do we need a B2B solution? Which application we want to build? And we realized that, okay, we want to build a solution on top of an existing one. We will not find in the market any solution that is already ready for what we need. So we really need to find the proper foundation for us to build on top. And the main requirements that we were looking for, first, an API-driven system, because our system is purely API-oriented, or your application could consume our system only in terms of data with our APIs or only with the web components. So this was a key requirement for us. Scalable, of course. Our previous solution, it was an on-premise solution, was an internal system. We need to build something more scalable, considering the amount of updates, amount of customers that we have accessing our website. Headless, super important, because as I was telling, we are detaching the backend and the front end in two different applications, so the fact that it's headless was a really key point for us. A platform as a service was also something that we were looking for, because we were in the past with an on-premise solution, and we needed to be sure that our project team was focusing more on this solution that we are building itself. instead of handling with infra, with all the complexity that comes when we have this type of situation. And of course, Schneider is an enterprise company. We are, in several countries. We need a platform and a partner that we can trust. So at the end, if you look on why we are doing it, Spryker was a partner that was fitting all of those boxes. That's why we chose the solution from Spryker to build on top. So let's give a zoom on the experience and the challenges that we have. So first, we are talking here about hundreds of live applications with monthly, millions of monthly visits. So it's a huge website. We have a huge amount of catalog updates daily that we need to process and we need to provide to the customers. So it's also a huge requirement. It's a multi-language website. We are talking here about almost 100 different languages. So it's really a global platform. A huge amount of commercial reference. When I talk about commercial reference here, you can think about this as SKUs. We are talking about hundreds of thousands SKUs. And that's where we can start to see the complexity. Amount of SKUs, amount of updates, and amount of languages. It gives you a notion about what we are trying to achieve here. And our previous platform was built in 2016. So it was really the time to modernize and to build a new solution. Why the digital catalog is so important for Schneider? First, when you access, let's give an example, only sc.com, our main website. If you access any area related to product information, could be a category, a range, a product page, this is served by our application. And this is the main contributor in terms of web traffic, NSS, for the website. So we can easily say that this is the core of our website. And our website is not necessarily a transactional use case. It's a website that you can find information, you can find details about your product. It's a general website, but the product part is the most important, I would say, in terms of access. As I was telling, hundreds of thousands of products and millions of monthly visits. That's why, for us, it was not just only a website. We really need to build a solution to ensure that we are able to provide the same experience for the customer regardless of the point of engagement. Let's imagine that I am one of the brands of Schneider in Turkey and I need to build a website showcasing the product catalog. I can plug my solution with what we built and they will have all the business rules and all the standards that we defined for our products. They will be able to easily showcase the product. It's the same for a WhatsApp application, a mobile application, and so on. That was the main intention for us when we built this catalog. So let's deep dive a bit more in the catalog itself. This was our, let's say, past implementation. Each one of these components, you can think of them in a, let's say, they are a team inside Schneider. They could be a platform. All of this in the past was plugged into our backend, provided in a unified way. What we try to build here with Spryker was simplify this architecture. We still have all these components here, but they are called through Spryker through different configurations. So basically, we still have our consumers SC, My Schneider, which has our internal application, APC, ASCO Power. So we have all our consumers, all our different websites, different applications. We have a layer that we call server-side layer. It's a server-side rendered layer. It's a front-end machine. It's basically where we build our front-end. And then we have our back office with Spryker on top. There he is. That's the part that we were platforming. And that's why I was commenting that we were not disrupting anything for the customers, because really the layer that we are rebuilding at the time was the central layer of this application. And of course, everything was built on top of AWS. Some outputs of this collaboration. So first, in December, we conclude the migration of the entire web traffic for the main application, sc.com. We are talking here about hundreds of contributors, inside Schneider, between directors and indirect contribution. Our main integrator here, Nagaro, is present also today. They helped us to build this solution, so thank you very much, Nagaro. Fully recommend, by the way. It was not an easy, but we managed to do it. And the future of this digital catalog, but we are trying to build it, and why this is so important. As I was commenting, we have new projects like WhatsApp applications, we have mobile applications, and all these applications will be able to consume our data. I mean, it could be through the front end. So if you want to build a web application with your user experience already ready, you can consume our application and you have all the projects. But if it's a WhatsApp application, for instance, something that we are building right now, and you want to start a conversational search in the WhatsApp with our product data, you can consume our application with basically calling our APIs. You don't need to consume the entire front end. And that's why this application is so important for us, because we are ensuring that we are providing the product information in a way that is approved and consolidated by Schneider. It's not something that we will consume directly or PIN or external directly or ERP. We will ensure that we have consistency. Our product is a very technical product, so we need to ensure that we are showcasing the product in a proper way. In Schneider, we have three main priorities in Schneider Digital: simplify, digitize, and growth. And for us, these three factors were key for us in terms of architecture. When we were looking for a solution, we were searching for a composable architecture, for a solution that we could look at the landscape and see what we could consume of this customer, of this provider, which was the case with Spryker, with the composable architecture. Spryker offers a range of solutions, and we look at their catalog and see, okay, I need this and I need that information. This composable way of providing the solution for us, we believe it's the key. It's where we want to go in terms of application. And I believe that's it. And a bit of the impact, as I was saying, already all the public traffic is already migrated to the catalog. We did this rollout in a progressive way, so we basically plug all the countries in one time zone. For instance, Australia, China, India, we put in a range. So we did blocks of different time zones. That's why we managed to do a so aggressive and progressive rollout. We managed to roll out the entire platform in less than 3 months, which for a company like Spryker, like Schneider, it's not an easy task. We already migrated all the product data. So if you go to Schneider.com, apc.com, and you browse into our catalog, the solution that you are seeing, it's already consuming our application. We managed to reduce the time to market in terms of product update. So if a country changed an update in PIN, I will receive this information 50% faster, which is also something that will improve the customer experience for our customers. And of course, it's more flexible and scalable. That's where we want to go. Sorry, Nico.
All right. Thanks, Nelson. I guess you pitched Spryker quite perfectly, so nothing to say from my point of view. Yeah, finally. No, but yeah, also to kind of talk about Spryker from a Spryker perspective, and also some things that I would like to highlight. I mean, Schneider is a perfect example of how customers are using our composable platform. I know there are quite some buzzwords in the presentation and also in the market, but composability is something you might have heard already, that you really have a solution which is not a default vanilla kind of software that you install and you expect it will solve all of my kind of issues. You need to have a solution which is kind of flexible, modular, in the end, composability is something which came up in the last couple of years quite often. And that's exactly why kind of Schneider was looking for something like that we were able to provide, fortunately. We go one step further in that case, that we also kind of position ourselves into that sophistication of use cases. Again, Schneider is an example where we have hundreds of websites, hundreds of languages. We have different regions where we then also kind of use AWS to really hyperscale the platform, and where we are then the backbone for the consolidated acceleration of data. And that's in that case what we do. The one word which is not fitting yet to the Schneider use case is the word transactional. Spryker you might know as kind of a commerce system. This is what we are, but in the end, as we are also composable, and the whole architecture is what we do provide, kind of fit in quite perfectly, right? To give you some ideas and also some other buzzwords you should please remember, I want to give you a quick overview of what Spryker really provides. First of all, and that's maybe the most important stuff, you might look for other transactional commerce solutions. At Spryker, we bundle everything into one platform, in one technology. So that means we have customers that roll out B2B customer portals. They build spare parts, global spare parts shops with our technology. But we do have also D2C brands like Aldi or Hornbach in Germany who are relying on our technology. And at the end, we're not separating that from a technology perspective. Everything is part of our ecosystem. And one also important aspect is the whole approach of being a marketplace-ready solution, right? So in B2B, you might also see that you have sometimes that B2B2C projects where you want to connect with your merchants, your dealers, which then kind of sell to your end customers. And that's also where the marketplace, the enterprise marketplace orientation of a platform is really needed nowadays, right? And that is what we see a lot, especially in B2B. So if you think of marketplace, you might think of brands like Amazon, but the model of it, like split cart, the whole merchant management for your B2B dealers is something that we then also provide within our platform, where you then also don't need to introduce yet another technology, right? So everything on one business, every business model on one platform is the one keyword which is quite important. The next thing is that modularity. So we heard about composability. You might have heard also when you read the Gartner reports something like packaged business capabilities. So that's kind of what we are. Modularity is something that I learned when I started 6 years ago at Spryker, that modularity is really the key difference to all of the other commerce platforms out there. That means that we kind of cut all of the capabilities that you need in e-commerce. And in Schneider, again, a good example, they only use our product capabilities. Other customers also do the checkout, the whole customer accounting and everything as well. But as you're able to really only use the modules that you need, compose them in a way that you need them, and also scale them in the different markets or use cases. Schneider has MySchneider, Schneider.com, APC, other brands. And you might not always need all of those capabilities in the same way in all of the different brands and countries, right? So that's also something which is quite important. And we do provide a feature-rich end-to-end commerce stack. But again, the question is, what do we need? What do you need to customize? And then, last but not least, we already heard headless. Maybe a buzzword which you already have heard. This is something that we do provide as a platform. But also the other parts like being an API-based solution. So we provide the data via REST APIs that you can consume by any arbitrary front end, right? So WhatsApp might be one of the front ends that you connect, same as the apc.com website. And then they deal with kind of the same amount of data. Going back to the architecture, just to sum it up, but I guess in the slide, so we are kind of talking about technology, and that's why architecture sometimes is also important. I guess for the Schneider project, we were kind of the missing piece, right, where we translate the internal data or the internal view on data to the external customer-facing front ends, right? And if we don't have 4 boxes, we have kind of 100 boxes already with 100 different kind of countries. You are kind of elaborating with WhatsApp, maybe also AI in the future as kind of the chatbots. You want to go into hyper-personalization, which we see a lot with our customers. then this is also a type of front-end data that we provide out of our Spryker OS. Again, as we are invited, and also here with AWS, we leverage AWS everything as a service, right? So we provide the AWS infrastructure as a service to our customers. So that's why that's also quite important. And every system around that is kind of, specific to each of our customers, right? All of the customers might have SAP integrated, PIM solutions, and so on, and that's then where we integrate quite agnostically into all of those systems. But we are then the middleman between the front ends and the internal view and data. Last but not least, yes, we work with Spryker quite successfully, and we are quite happy, so thanks for sharing all of those insights. We do also have other customers in the kind of similar areas, but also, as I mentioned, we're not only active in B2B, we have quite some cool cases with ID, for example, live in America, where they have the whole unified commerce solutions out there based on Spryker. And this is something, we would like to discuss. So when you have questions, we are on booth 25 here on the AWS booth. And if you want to discuss certain elements, then please let me know. One final remark before we switch to potential questions. We do have the so-called disaster nights. Some might also say the fuck-up night, where we talk about not always successful use cases. So we have Alex Graf, our CEO, today in our evening event. So if you're looking for an invitation for tonight, please approach us as well on our booth. And then we have some few spots left to invite you also tonight evening at 6:30. All right, that's it. Any questions? If not now, again, we are also in our booth around the corner. Approach us. Nelson, you also will be there.
Yes.
Thanks for having us. And that's, I guess, it. Thank you.